I talk, you listen. Welcome to my one-man panel of madness. Hey everyone, this is Dr. Geo, and as happy as some news that has come out from the geek world, the geek universe, the Whoniverse, whatever you want to call it. I do start off today with the sad news, and I'm everybody at this point knows, but I just wanted to dedicate this episode, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, to Renee. And Renee, in case you don't know who I'm talking about the actor that played Odo on Star Trek Deep Space Nine. And the reason I'm not saying his last name is not that I don't know it, it's that I always mess it up. And so in his honor, I'm not going to botch it up right now because it is in his memory that I'm doing this episode. I love Deep Space Nine. Deep Space Nine for me is my favorite Star Trek show. I love them all, and don't get me wrong. I grew up watching the original series. I caught the last 2 seasons of The Next Generation before it went off the air and was there for Deep Space Nine. Honestly, Deep Space Nine, I think I lost between, the second episode, the second season, just because I was doing things in my life and I didn't get a chance to connect with the second season. But I believe I came back on around the 4th season and was just hooked. And I really loved Deep Space Nine. Captain Sisko is my favorite captain. And I really love the character of Odo because Odo was just one of those characters that, again, he had so much depth. There was so much mystery behind him. And even with the whole Dominion War and the changes, I mean, he evolved into such a charismatic character when he was so grumpy in the beginning. And I guess just, in spending that much time with the crew on board DS9, he just changed, and even his love of Kira, So, I was really, really saddened when this news came out, and I was actually having a very happy day until I opened my email and saw Hollywood Reporter had just released the information on his passing. So, I never got a chance to meet him at any Star Trek convention or any convention, which really sucks because I really thought that I would have had a chance at some point. But, you never know. That's the thing is you never know what a lot of these actors are going through in their personal lives. We kind of see them as something almost larger than life, and we don't think that, cancer or something like that is ever going to take them down. It was funny because it started out such a great day with so many cool things, a lot of news coming out about Doctor Who, Star Wars, so many things, Mandalorian, and and then I saw that and I literally teared up because, again, it's, we lost Aaron, who played Nog not too long ago, and now we've lost Odo, and that was pretty sad, but I don't want to be sad the whole time because I think that, I'm sure Renee would be one of those people that would, always say, life's too short, So thank you, Renee. You were awesome as Odo. And, Odo definitely kicked ass as the constable on board Deep Space Nine. But, other than that, a lot of other cool things going on. Finally we have a confirmation for Matrix 4, which will be coming out. And, of course, Flash. Finally, the Flash. Even though it's, I believe I saw July 1st, 2022. That's almost 3 years from now. I'm just glad because I really did want to see a Flash movie come out, with everybody else getting their movies and so forth. But the biggest news, of course, was the release of both Wonder Woman trailer, Wonder Woman 1984, and Ghostbusters Afterlife. So I guess we'll start first with Doctor Who, because I'm going to start with Doctor Who. So yes, we have read confirmations that Jodie Whittaker will be coming back for Series 13, and so will Chris Chibnall. Now, there's nothing with regards to the Series 14, which, if I'm correct, HBO Max has a contract with the BBC for up to series 14. So that's going to be the big one. Well, we're going to have to see if she's going to stay on for a fourth series, or if she's going to do like everybody else in Doctor Who history and just do the three series, and then we'll see what happens with series 14. So, but she did in an article that I read, she did say I'm definitely staying on for series 13, which apparently is also currently in the works already. And we do know that there is some festive, um, I believe they said Christmas perhaps, so maybe at some point Christmas 2020, we'll see the return of a Christmas episode, or it could be the episode for the new year of 2021. So we'll see. But it's really exciting. I just saw some images from the new Doctor Who magazine, which has an interview with Chris Chibnall, and who, by the way, looks like he's losing weight. It's kind of like when someone takes on like President of the United States. You notice how they suddenly lose weight and their hair goes grayer. He looks a little thinner, which is good. It's a good thing, health and all that. But yeah, it's a cool picture. I'm sure it'll be circulating Twitter and the internet pretty soon. But it's him sitting on steps, inside the TARDIS control room, and behind him it looks like there is a window or door that may open up to other parts of the TARDIS. And if that's true, then I'm really excited to see what the rest of the TARDIS looks like, and it'd be cool to actually see them, go through the different levels of the TARDIS. And I love that. I really love, the fact that, like for example, Tom Baker. There was, I'm trying to remember I think it was. I can't remember the name of the episode now, but there was an episode where she is like literally going through the whole TARDIS, and you see the pool and all this stuff. And one of my favorite episodes of the 11th Doctor is Journey to the Center of the TARDIS, which I thought was really cool. We got to see different parts of the inside of the TARDIS. So, yeah, a lot of cool stuff. There's already been 2 previews of the new year. I have not watched them, and I will not watch them because I don't like to watch previews. I like to see the actual episode. I'll see trailers and teasers, but that's it. So there are already 2, and I'm getting a good vibe from them, at least from what I'm reading online. A lot of people are actually kind of excited for them, so we'll see about that. So, yeah, we've got that really, looking forward to it. Let's talk about Wonder Woman. Love the trailer. I just want to say right off the bat, the trailer just had 80s vibes written all over it, and it was really cool. I really, really, really liked it. Question: Steve Rogers, did he travel through time and space or something? Because he didn't know what a trash can was. So if you haven't seen the trailer, go check it out because you'll see what I'm talking about. And Diana talks to him as if he's somebody who just came through time. So I'm interested to see how this is played. In the original series, if I'm right, if I remember correctly, Steve is the great grandson or the grandson when they move into the 70s. In the original series. So I don't know. We'll see. I thought that's how they were going to play it. Somehow they're like, he had a kid somewhere, and this is the product of it. But it almost seems like Steve Rogers travels through time. They didn't really show Cheetah too much, so I'm still concerned about how it's going to play out as the villainess. But I think there's 2 villains in that. But the trailer was awesome. I mean, I really did like it. The tempo, the music, everything, the mall, the cars, the people, the fanny pack, of course. So, very excited. Can't wait for Wonder Woman as well. Now, Ghostbusters Afterlife. Okay, so when I first saw Ghostbusters Afterlife, I actually was the first thing that woke me up that morning. And I was really excited. I was really looking forward to it. At first, it didn't hit me. Like, it just, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. But then I saw it again on TV. I was watching it on my phone the first time. Second time, I started tearing up because I saw more things that, just started to hit home. Like, when Paul Rudd's character, the teacher, asks, the little girl who definitely looks like a younger version of Egon, wait, who are you? And, she's going through all the different suits, and she goes through, and all of a sudden, you see Spangler. And you're like, oh my goodness, you see the spores, the molds, the fungus. I'm just, then I really started tearing up. I saw this, the second time I saw it on the TV with better sound, I just really started tearing up. And just because, I grew up with Ghostbusters, the first, the two movies. I grew up watching Ghostbusters, the cartoon. I grew up with a proton pack. I had the proton pack. I had the ghost trap. My mother even went as far as to make me a Ghostbusters jumpsuit that I got for Christmas one year, and it was the greatest gift I ever got. She actually hand painted the Ghostbuster symbol on the arm, like the arm patch, and it was awesome. It was the greatest gift I ever had. And I've always been wanting to cosplay as a Ghostbuster, and I just haven't been able to put the whole costume together. But yeah, I mean, I just, I think I saw Slimer in the trailer. I could be wrong, but I think there is Slimer. I'm just really excited to see how and what happens. Why did Egon move to the middle of nowhere to this town? Because this town may have been Hellmouth. Maybe it's not Sunnydale. Maybe it's this summer. I think it's Somerville in the trailer. Or as I'm thinking, maybe he was doing experiments before he passed away, and maybe created a giant ghost trap and trapped them there, far away from civilization, when maybe the Ghostbusters disbanded. But I mean, we just got a flavor. I'm sure there's gonna be some more trailers and teasers coming out as we get closer to next year. But already very excited for 2020. There's so much that's coming that I can't even. I mean, we've got Star Wars, ending this month. We've got Lost in Space this month. Next month we have Picard, which I'm just insanely excited for. And so much more. We also have Sabrina, part 3 coming out. So again, it's definitely time for geekdom, and yeah, very exciting. As long as we stop losing a lot of the actors we really care for. So that's all I have. I know this was probably the longest episode of Dr. Geo Who's Sci-Fi and Horror Rambles, but again, there's so much going on, and yeah, we'll try to see what else we can talk about. But that's all I have. So be kind to each other, and until next time.